Des, what was the difference when they put Trevor Lawrence in? It seemed like that kind of sparked Clemson along with what happened in the previous offensive series. But was it just his execution of the offense that was different, or were you guys struggling with some aspect of the defense?
I don't think that we were struggling with anything else particularly. I just think his set of plays is different than Kelly's plays, and his set of plays were working better against our defense than when Kelly was out there. I think they figured that out, and that's why we didn't see Kelly that much, and we saw the freshman out there.
Nate, what were their linebackers doing to take away the perimeter today?
I mean, they were just flying outside to get the ball. It wasn't really that they were stopping it. We weren't helping ourselves by getting them blocked. We got to get better releases, and I mean, it's just the plays that were called. I mean, there's always things that are going to affect getting the plays outside, but we just got to get better execution.
Des, can you talk about your interception and kind of what you saw there?
During that interception, we really honed in on the fact that they have a couple tendencies that we saw, and during that situation we saw that it's a high probability that it's going to be a screenplay. So you kind of got to look out for that if you got time, and I had time to look out for that. And when you kind of feel the block and you see the running back go down, you just try to play, and the ball just bounced my way.
Desmond, what did the tempo? What kind of effect did that have on you guys? I think.
I don't think the tempo really affected anything. It was just more communication-wise along everybody on the defense. Getting the call, executing the call. I feel like they didn't do anything too special. I feel like most of our wounds came from self-inflicted, not getting the call, not tackling, not being in the right area, and that really hurt us.
Nate, it seemed like even on your score, it was hard for you to get the 2 yards on the edge. I mean, it seemed like they just really took you guys out of the game. Was that like kind of what you saw?
I mean, we kind of knew how they were going to play coming in because usually, I mean, even last year they did the same thing. They'll come down fast, but then they'll play soft on the perimeter. So we just had to make different blocks because it kind of took away us being able to cut. We had to just fit them up, and it's hard to get the ball outside whenever their leverage is – that's what they're trying to keep. So, I mean, getting the ball outside is tough, but then as a runner, you got to be able to make it right and cut inside when you can. I know their backers are flowing hard, like I said earlier, so it was kind of hard to do that. But we just got to help ourselves on those blocks and try to get them down and blocked as best as we can when we get the opportunities.
Desmond, defense seemed to struggle a bit with QB pressure against USF and against Pitt. Did you guys do anything differently coming into this game to try to put some more pressure on the quarterbacks, especially knowing, like, you got Brian and Lawrence out there?
I feel like we didn't do anything different. I think we just, as a defensive line, we really took ownership in not having them being able to set their feet and just try to dissect the defense. And I feel like we did that today. I feel like we got good pressure out there. I feel like defensive line did a really good job just trying to condense the pocket and try to make it muddy for the quarterback. And some of the throws he made, some of the throws we got him off his spot, and he scrambled around and didn't make the pass. But I think we did pretty good in that area.
And will you be buying Clinton dinner for springing you on the block?
Well, initially the play was actually supposed to go the other way, but the numbers were just too many over there. It wouldn't have worked how we were doing it, so we blew the play over. And I knew my number was called, and we were on the 2-yard line, and I wasn't going to take no for an answer. I'm not going to lie. It felt great to get in the end zone. I forgot what that felt like because it had been since high school since I scored. So, I mean, whenever I got that opportunity, I wasn't going to be denied, and I was pretty confident that we were going to get that touchdown. And yeah, I'll probably be getting Clint some dinner because that was a nice block by him.
Nate, you had 2 drives inside their 30 and weren't able to come up with points. I imagine you kept playing outside, but I imagine to some degree that's kind of deflating. Like you guys know you need to be perfect or near perfect, and it just makes it the climb tougher, I would think. Yeah, I mean, those drives kill us. When we kept shooting ourselves in the foot, it was penalties, jumping off sides, couldn't hold on to the ball. We just got to come back next week and work on our fundamentals and really get everything down packed that we can get done. But I mean, like you said, whenever you get down in that red zone, you're unable to come out with points. It's definitely a big upset to us because we know we're not going to get that many opportunities, especially against such a high caliber team. But we showed that we could play with them. It's just we weren't able to execute when we needed to, and we just got to buckle down, come back next week, and continue to fight.
For both of you guys, What do you guys need to do to kind of turn the page now and reset the season? Because you've dug a little bit of a hole here just in terms of even bowl eligibility and those kinds of things. I imagine that's pretty frustrating, especially with the way the first 2 losses went, that this seems like you have to just kind of put this aside and move forward.
I mean, Coach was even saying after this game, we got to come back Monday and just flush all of this out. We can't let it affect us. I mean, obviously it hurts. We've lost 2 games we should have won, and this game, I mean, they beat us. They played better than we did. But we're going to come back Monday. We got to battle through some adversity. And I truly believe as a team, if we buckle down and we continue to work hard and we continue to listen to coaches and buy into what they're telling us and continue to work on what we need to work on, we'll be able to bounce back. It's going to be tough, but I know on our team we all have the ability to do it and we all believe it.
I think it's more just we just have to listen to the coaches, have to really look at ourselves, not who we play, it's ourselves. And we're hurting ourselves in most of these games. Like we said, we felt like we could have won both games earlier, USF and the other game. All those are self-inflicted wounds. This game, they were a really good team, but we were with them. We were going stride for stride with them in the first half, and it just one thing led to another, led to another, led to another, and the score looked like how it looked, even though I felt like we were all playing very well at a very high level. That's the number 2 team in the nation, and we were going stride for stride with them. It's just we got to continue how long we could play good, like how long we could play well and just minimize our mistakes and we'll be fine. But it's really just looking towards ourselves and buckling down and just.
Questions for Taquan and Jason.
Quan, before the game, you talked about their defensive line and your evaluation of them. Did anything change after you played against them?
They weren't as good as they were last year. We were moving the ball on pretty well in the first half. Kind of got in the slump at times, but they weren't as good as they were last year. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're a great group of guys. They play really hard. They talk a lot of junk, so.
Taquan, it seemed like at the point at which you got knocked out for a play in the first quarter, you guys were rolling, you had all the momentum in the game, and then just kind of lost it at that moment. Do you feel like the game's different if that doesn't happen, if you're able to stay in at that point? I mean, I imagine that'd be pretty tough to watch unfold on the sideline.
I don't think it's just me personally coming out of the game. I just think it's just a chain of things that happen. We jumped off sides. Then next thing you know, we had a bad play that we probably should have checked the other way. Then jump off sides for the field goal, have to punt. That's points we could put up on the board, and that changes the momentum of the game. When they have a chance to put up points and it's still 0-0 and they scored, it changes everything.
Do you treat the Bowling Green game as a game that'll get you started in the opposite direction from where you're going now?
I mean, I don't really know. We just need to win. I mean, at the end of the day, as long as we have more points than they do, then things will change. But right now, we're kind of in a slump. We got to come back next week just ready to work. We really just have to grind it out. I've been here before, not in college. Well, maybe my sophomore year. We lost 3 straight. Been here before in high school, lost 4 straight and won 8 after that. So we have to win. At the end of the day, we need a win under our belt.
This is for both of you guys. In terms of the center quarterback exchange issues, kind of, was there anything you put your finger on that was the issue today, or was it just miscommunication or bad snaps or kind of what?
Some of it was my fault. You know, me and him we're one. So at the end of the day, we just got to be on one accord, and that's basically it, really.
I think he said enough.
Taquan, aside from that, you guys had some challenges with ball security, pitches and so forth. What was going wrong, and how do you fix it?
I take responsibility for it. Bad pitches. Should have put the ball in the guy's hands. Unfortunately, that put us behind the chains, which messed up the drive. You get 2nd and 15, ball on the ground, then a sack. Behind the chains against a very good team, number 2 team in the country. You can't do that.
Taquan, when you combine these last 3 games or even 4 total, is there an elephant in the room on how to turn this around? Like what you must do, we must start with this first in order to turn this around and get that start all over there?
I don't think we can really pinpoint anything. We're having good weeks of practice. It's just not translating over. Like, everything has to translate. So when we have a good week of practice, it has to translate over to Saturday. You have to start the game off fast. You have to finish the game strong. We started the game off okay. Like, it was a better start than last week. But, I mean, once you get behind on a good team, it's hard to come back. Like, it really is. They play really well.
Coach Johnson said that he was going to take a more active hand in terms of your room with the quarterbacks and being more hands-on and that kind of thing. Is there anything in particular that you feel like you guys are struggling with in terms of development or trying to, I guess, refine your game at this point that he might be able to help you with?
I'm not too sure. I think one of the things that he's going to pinpoint is just getting the ball pitched on the perimeter. I know he said that about the end of the game when Tobias was in. I think Tobias did an awesome job, but I think there were some times that he could have pitched the ball, but he got a couple yards on it. But I think that's one of the things he's just going to emphasize, like, hey, when they have the guys blocked, we need to get the ball on the perimeter so the A-backs can work.
Anything else for Jahazel or Taquan?
Both guys. One thing that Coach was saying was that guys just have to care enough to do the little things, whatever it is, snaps or not jumping off sides. I'm curious, do you see that as a problem with the team of not caring enough?
I don't think it's that guys don't care. I mean, you got to care. If you don't care, we need to find out so you're not on the team anymore, because if you don't care, you're affecting everybody else. It's a trickle effect. Once you don't care and then you tell someone else that you don't care, then they start not to care, and then it just goes down the line. I don't think that's the case. I know I care. I'm tired of losing. I'm ready to get another W on the board so we can get things turned around. I mean, this sucks.
Just piggybacking on what he said, just got to be dialed in. We got to be focused. Jumping off sides and stuff like that has to stop. We have to, be on one accord, and we got to pay attention. So, simple as that.
Anything else for these guys?
Taquan, after Benson went down, you've been working a lot with Mason. You guys just seem to have gotten into a really good rhythm. What's it like working with Mason as opposed to Benson? Any kind of differences with working with him, or?
There's no difference. I know me and JP had a little trouble with the mesh being high, but it was an easy fix. There's no trouble. He runs the ball really hard. I think Jerry does the same.
What do you remember about what sparked the turnaround in 2016 for you guys?
I really can't remember, but I know we won on the road in 2016, which is a problem that we're having right now. Once we went on the road, I feel like things will be a lot different. I think we got home next week and then on the road after that. So next week we're going to worry about next week, get win number 2, and then we can focus about being on the road.